Okay, this is part 15 of why what Senator Mitch McConnell said is wrong. He says we don't have a taxing problem. We don't tax too little. That's false. Now I was explaining this chart here, how Congress has allowed these corporations to defer taxes on their foreign incomes. And you see here is from 2001 to 2010 here. And I added to this chart here, to bring it up to date, this red bar here, that's 2013. They now have about more or less $2 trillion in offshore profits that they never paid taxes on. Now, John F. Kennedy here, in 1961, in an address to Congress, he said that the deferment of corporate profits that are earned offshore or foreign, and the switching of profits from the United States to tax havens was undesirable, and he proposed their repeal. Now that's some 53 years ago. Has anything been done about it? Not really. Many attempts have been made by Senator Carl Levin in 2007, 2009, 2011, 2013, that he introduced legislation to repeal these tax breaks and tax loopholes. It got nowhere. The Republicans are not aboard on that. Now, the main reason for that is corporations are funding political campaigns of both parties. And the Congress is allowing them to continue to avoid paying U.S. taxes. Now these tax havens are not only used to avoid paying U.S. taxes, but to paying taxes on profits in foreign countries. Now that's despicable for a U.S. company to be unethical and greedy. And the reason they do it, it's a loophole in the law. It's not illegal. And Congress refuses to plug those loopholes. Now, 8 out of 10 Americans, voters, want corporations to pay taxes on foreign profits. Now, when Congress does not respect the will of the people, we no longer have a democracy, we have a plutocracy, the rule of the rich. And another reason why they don't plug those holes is because half of Congress are millionaires or more, and they own these, they have investments into these stocks. And these corporations are funding the political campaigns of both parties. Now, look here. The income of the top here, 1% is going up, but their taxes are going down. The same is true of corporations here. This is from 1990 to 2013. This red line right here is the corporate profits are going up, and this bottom line here is that their effective tax rate is going down. That doesn't happen by accident. The tax code is rigged. It's in favor of the wealthy and corporations. Now, I just left it in my car. I think I'll go to this, these two charts down here. I'm going to put them together. Oh, just a minute. Oh, here it is. Now my pencil. Okay, now look, they're too small, and so I made a larger copy for you, and I want to put them together because they go together. Now, you see this chart here? It's from 1945 to 2009. I added brought it up to date to 2013 here, but look at this chart here. It's the same period. Do you think that this and this represent the same thing? It appears it does. But you know what? It represents just the opposite. This represents the national debt increase over this period of time. This chart here represents the increase of the net worth of U.S. families and nonprofits, organizations that would include family foundations. Look at 1991 Reagan right here. The net worth of U.S. households here was 10 trillion. Look how it shot up here. During this period right here from 1987 to 2012, there was a tenfold increase here of billionaires from 47 to 425. That's from 1987 Reagan to 2012 now. Obama's in office. But that's great. I'm happy to see that their wealth is increasing. But here's the thing. They're not paying the taxes for the government services that help them to become healthy and prosperous, because this is their increase and this is what they haven't paid for. This is what the government spent to help these people be prosperous that they haven't paid for. Why? Because of Congress. Okay, now look at this is good. We have a fantastic increase here of family wealth, but this is what is bad. The share of total wealth gained from 1983 to 2009, guess what? This increase right here from 83, who benefited? 81.7 went to the top 5%. How did the bottom 20% do? The bottom 40? The bottom 60? Well, their household wealth decreased by 7.5%. Now, is this a fair capitalistic system, tax code system? No. Now, let's go to this chart here. Here it is here, and here it is here. Well, these two I'm going to put together. Next. Now, the source of this chart here is the Internal Revenue Service. Now, it says right here, the old rich, the new rich. In 2007, now Bush is president, new IRS data shows America's top 400 averaged over 344 million, 27 times more than the top 400 averaged back in 1955. But the top 400 in 1955 paid over 3 times more of their income in federal taxes. than in 2007. Now, is that there? They're becoming enormously wealthy at the expense of the federal government, because the government spent this money to help them to be prosperous. All these government services, subsidies, national defense, education, healthcare, etc. Okay, look at, again, this is good. People, their income here is increasing. At least the top 400% here, or the top 400 families. But here's what is bad. Let's go to this chart here. It's by a Wealth for Common Good organization. It says here the effective federal tax rate from 1955 to 2007. Now this is the same period of time. Look at here. Back in 1955, the richest 400 paid 51.2% in taxes. That was the effective rate. Well, look at over the years how it's gone down. Well, let's go over here to the other side. 2007, George Bush is in office. They paid 16.6%. I just, on the income of 345 million. In 2 wars, well, we have these huge deficits. How did the middle family and medium family here, tax rate of medium family? Well, in 1955 they paid 7.4%. We go over here to George Bush here, they even paid more. Their effective tax rate increased to 13.6%. Now I'm going to put this chart up here. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want to compare it here. With some now this is the income of the top 100, how the income has increased here from 12.7 million here back in 1955 to 344.8 million here in 2007, and their taxes are going down. Well, the same is true with corporations here. I'm going to take these 3 graphs here and put it on this placard. It's declining corporate tax rate versus rising profit levels. Now these, the source of this data for these charts is the Green Party organization. It's an article called The Great Corporate Tax Shift. And like the 400 richest Americans here, their income has skyrocketed, you might say. The same with the corporations here. Back in 1980, now Reagan becomes president, and corporate profits were 223 billion. Now we go over here. Now Obama's president. This is 2012. And look at how their income has increased to 2,190,000,000. That is fine. We want corporations to be profitable. But here's the thing that's bad. Just like the top 100, their income goes up. Well, it's gone up 77 times. No. Yeah. Let's go to this chart right here. And their taxes go down here. But here's the thing here, corporate taxes as a share of total federal revenue. Well, look here, back in 1954, under Eisenhower, corporations paid 32%. Well, look how this has gone down over the years. Under Reagan, 1986, they only paid 12.6. Now let's go over here to Obama. 2012, corporations are paying an effect 9.8%.